Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Everything Poultry, where we'll help you start and grow a successful poultry business for free. I am Dr. Mantongope, and in today's video, I am going to talk about the top 5 mistakes poultry farmers make and how to avoid them. Poultry farming can be a very profitable business, but it is important to avoid making common mistakes. In this video, I will discuss the top 5 mistakes poultry farmers make and how you can avoid them. Mistake number 1. Mistake number 1 is not doing a proper research before starting a poultry farm. The first mistake poultry farmers make is not doing a proper research. Before you start a poultry farm, it is important to do your research and learn as much as you can about the poultry industry. This includes learning about the different breeds of poultry, housing requirements, feeding, disease prevention, and marketing. By doing your research, you can increase your chances of success. Here are some tips on how you can do a proper research. You can read books and articles about poultry farming. You can attend poultry training. You can talk to veterinarians about your poultry business you want to start. You can talk to other successful poultry farmers. You can attend conferences and workshops about poultry farming. You can also subscribe to our channel to learn more about poultry production. The second mistake poultry farmers make is not choosing the right breed of poultry for their type of poultry. There are different breeds of poultry. Each has its own strengths and weaknesses. It is important to choose the right breed for your poultry. For example, if you are planning to sell eggs, you will need to choose a breed that is well known for its egg production. And if you want to produce chicken for meat, you will need to choose a fast-growing breed of bird. Here are some tips on how you can choose the right breed for your poultry. Consider your needs. Are you raising birds for egg or for meat, or both? Consider the climate in your area. Some breeds of poultry are better suited for cold climates, while others are better suited for warm climates. Consider the amount of space you have. Some breeds of poultry require more space than others, as some are heavyweight and some are lightweight. Also consider your budget. Poultry breeds can vary in prices, so you have to consider the investment when choosing the type of poultry. The third mistake poultry farmers make is not providing adequate housing for their birds. Poultry need adequate housing to stay healthy and productive. The poultry house should be well ventilated, dry at all times, and free from predators. It is also important to provide the right amount of space for your birds. Here are some tips on how you can provide a very good housing condition for your poultry birds. Provide the right amount of space for each type of bird. If you are keeping broilers, you have to provide the right space for each broiler. And if you are keeping layers, you have to provide the right space for each layer, as each of these birds type have different space requirements. And make sure the poultry house is well ventilated to prevent heat stress in warm climates and well insulated to prevent cold stress in cold climates. Make sure the housing is predator proof to protect your birds from predators, and well fenced to protect your birds from thieves. The fourth mistake that poultry farmers make is not feeding their birds properly. Feeding costs about 75% of the cost of poultry production, and poultry need a balanced diet to stay healthy and productive. Some farmers compound feed for their birds without making sure the feed is balanced. It leads to the birds consuming feed that is not good enough for their growth or for production. The best way to prevent this is by 1. Feeding your birds a commercial poultry feed that is balanced for their needs, and supplementing their diet with sources of calcium like bone meal, Also provide fresh water at all times. And avoid feeding your birds table scrap, as these can contain harmful bacteria. The fifth mistake poultry farmers make is poor disease prevention and management, or biosecurity. Poultry birds are susceptible to a variety of diseases, including viruses, bacteria, and fungal agents, and poor biosecurity can increase the risk of disease outbreaks on your farm. Poultry biosecurity refers to all practices and procedures used to prevent the introduction and the spread of diseases in a poultry farm. It is important to have and follow a good biosecurity measure on your poultry farm. Here are some tips on how to follow a good biosecurity measure. 1. Keep your poultry farm isolated from other poultry farms. The second one is to inspect your poultry flock regularly for signs of disease and treat promptly. The third point is to vaccinate your birds against common diseases. The fourth point is to clean and disinfect your poultry house and equipment regularly. The fifth is to control pests and rodents from your poultry farm. And the sixth point is to wear clean clothing and shoes when working on your poultry farm. By following these tips, you can help prevent disease outbreaks in your poultry farm. To conclude this video, here is a recap of the top 5 mistakes poultry farmers make. Number 1, not doing a proper research before starting a poultry farm. Number 2, not choosing the right breed of poultry for their farm. Number 3, not providing adequate housing for their poultry. Number 4, not feeding your birds properly. And number 5, poor disease prevention and management or biosecurity. By following these tips, you can increase your chances of success in the poultry farming business. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos on poultry farming. If you know any other farmer, you can share this video with them to also help them. If you have any questions or feedback, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. And thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.